All right, peace, y'all. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Today is Tuesday. Tuesday the 6th. This is day nine. Day nine of my 30-day consecutive live. Um, have to be honest tonight. I have to be honest. I'm very transparent. This day I didn't have the energy. I'm a little tired for whatever reason. It'd be like that sometimes. That's the funny thing about energy. Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down. I'm a little tired, but we're dedicated and sticking to the script and completing what we said we're going to do. If we said we're going to do a thing, I'm going to do a thing. I'm going to hit the 30 days and I'm going to give all that I have. Energy is up, you probably are getting more. Energy a little low, you're going to get probably a little less energy, but you're going to get me. You're going to get 30 days of a topic based around the land business. So today's topic is top 3 reasons people avoid land investing. Let's explore that. The top 3 reasons why people avoid land investing. First and foremost, my name is Ray, one half of the Acre Boys. The Acre Boys are active land investors. By using some of these strategies that we use, land has allowed me and my partner to walk away from our 9 to 5 jobs in less than 3 years. We have completed over 500 land transactions. So we know something about something. You don't do some of these things without knowing something. And I'm tie all of that into everything that we're going to talk about tonight. 2 years ago, we came to social media with what we were doing in our land business. It was suggested that you guys should start teaching this to others. This is how we came about our land and legacy program. It was suggested to us that we start teaching these things and so on and so forth. Fast forward 2 young years on the clock later, here we are. Our goal is to get this word about land investing to as many as people as possible because I know what your counterparts have been taking advantage of forever, right? This is not a new practice. This is not a new thing. We say it all the time. Land investing is been around forever. Land is the first real estate transaction in the history of real estate. So our goal is to make this cool, to make this sexy. Land is just dirt. So how do we make this the cool thing? Something that is going to actually move the needle for yourself and your families and for generations to come if we dive in and we do this thing right. How do we make this cool? That's what the Acre Boys task is. How do we make this the new normal? We can't do it all alone by ourselves. That's why we spread this word so vigorously. Tell a friend to tell a friend, right? In our culture, we need to put certain things down or put them to the side and focus on some things that could actually do something for our families. All right. So that's what we been on a mission doing. Tonight, let's get to our topic for the night. Our topic for the night is top 3 reasons people avoid land investing. All right. Number one, at the top of the list, what we have found after dealing with hundreds, maybe thousands. No, I'm going to go on and say thousands, thousands of people. At the top is lack of knowledge, is at the top of that list why people don't get involved. Lack of knowledge, right? We have to educate ourselves on things that can be substantial, things that can be credible, things that can help, things that can actually move the needle. We have to get educated on these type of things. If you study wealth, you will notice that all wealthy people inside of their portfolios, they have real estate. Under real estate, what is the first asset class or the first part of real estate is land. You cannot have a structure without having the land. You cannot have a building without having the land. When you close on a house, you're not just buying a house, you're buying the dirt, the lot, and then you're buying the structure that sit on the lot. All right? Because if the house gets knocked down, like it did in California with the fires, they still own the land. So that's the first thing that we should be concerned with. We need to get knowledgeable of what's going on in this space. I like to break it down like this. I tell people all the time that the reason why we want to make this, normalize this, and make this cool, because I know my culture. I've been this way my whole life. I know the culture. Once we get involved, we're saucy people. Like, we make things cool, right? That's what we do. I got my boots on the ground. Like, we make things cool. If we knew how to play this game the correct way, right? This should be cool. This should be the thing to do. This should be fun when we're talking about taking a piece of land and breaking it down, subdividing it, and opening up new towns and opening up new neighborhoods and opening up new businesses. You got to start to think untraditionally. What you think of as business may not be what business should look like. And the reason we focus on markets is because rural markets are untapped. It's like if you take some clay or Play-Doh, that's your rural market. You get a chance to shape and mold that into whatever you like it to be. That's what they don't want you to start doing. They don't want you to start focusing on things that's unrestricted. Rural markets are unrestricted. Restricted markets are within the confinements of the city limits, meaning that you will be told what you can do with the land if you are the owner of it. So they want you to have your blinders on when it comes to unrestricted markets. How cool would it be if we knew to go invest in unrestricted land? Any idea that you come up with, you could bring to life. Then horseback. He said HOAs. Horseback. Whatever you can think of in an unrestricted market, you can do it. Building a new town, a subdivision. All right, when you build a subdivision, who names the blocks? Who comes up with the names of the streets in the subdivision? The person that's building it. That's why I be saying, go open your own subdivision. Stop. We be waiting. We always waiting for things to happen. And then when they do happen, we late on it. We late. That's why they took trades out of school. Like, you don't hear trade schools and things like that no more, because they don't want you having a skill set. They don't want you to know how to go and build a home, stick-built home from the ground up. They don't want you to know that. That's why they took this stuff out of the school systems. So this is the same type of thing. When you look at other cultures, they handymen. Like, we think all we could professionalize in is sports and entertainment. And then when you break that industry or those industries down, we're the majority, but the minority in those industries when it comes to ownership. So lack of knowledge is the first thing at the top of that list. We must get ourselves educated about this space. We must know what's available. We must know what's out there for us to participate in. And we have to stop thinking inside of the box and look outside of the box if we want to create something new. If you want to stay the same, this infrastructure is already built out. They got this lock and key on how it should be ran. They have government bodies. They have legislative laws. Everything is in place in these places that you stay in. Just wait 1 second. So if we want to do something else, you have to go. And that's what we don't want to do. How I know that? Because I'm in the culture. That's what we don't want to do. We don't want to have a reset button. We don't want to hit the reset button. We don't want to start over. There's a maturation period to getting good or getting great. You'll be bad first. It'll be lonely in the beginning. It may not be polished in the beginning. But if you never start, it'll never happen. So we just have to change the way that we see things in the way that we think. Or we'll stay the same for the next few decades. Every place that, when it comes to America, every place has generated the same exact way. Vegas is only 100 years old. It was only dirt 100 years ago. Desert land. And on the grand scale of things, 100 years ago is not a long time. You can Google search yourself. How many towns have been incorporated over 100 years? Several have. But we think that they just was here. They fell out the sky and they just here. Don't put that on yet. And we think that it just fell outside, out the sky, and voila, there's a new town. Y'all know my favorite example is always Georgia, because that's where we're concentrated at. Those same rural markets that everybody laughed at before they got popular, you could get them for pennies on the dollar at some point. Now they're popular. Everybody wants to go there. 400, 500, 600,000. You're late again. We're late to the party again. The party started at 6. You didn't show up to midnight. It's over. And it's going to continue to happen. It's happening right now. I know an area in Georgia right now what's happening right now. And you're a little late on that area. I'm looking at properties in the area. I looked at a house, 2012. The house sold for $140,000. Fast forward, 13 years later, the house now is selling for $425,000. We're late again, and it will continue to happen that way. Look at what's going on in Arizona. Look at Phoenix. Phoenix was just desert land. Look at it now. Homes, even land, selling for millions out there now. We're late again. But we got 10 million people trying to go to the league every year. We got 20 million people trying to become rappers every year. And I don't frown on any of it. I'm just saying that all 10 million of you are not going to make it to the league. All 20 million of you are not going to be the next Drake or Kendrick Lamar. And it doesn't even start with them. It starts with the elders and those that's becoming elders. That's where it starts at. It's a real conversation tonight. That's where it starts at. We must get educated so we can pass down these things so our next generation under us can understand the importance of this, can understand the importance of ownership. You have to do the same thing. Just study what they have done and do it. So that's the first thing that we find that people don't get into land investing. Lack of knowledge. They think it's so overwhelming. Well, guess what? Everybody had a start. You don't know what you don't know until you start to study it. Then you know it. Implement it. Then you know it like the back of your hand because you've done a thing. You have the experience, hands-on experience now. So get involved. Next thing that I find, that we don't get involved, or we hesitant to get involved, or why we avoid land investing is lack of money. Lack of money. So, in our culture, number one, what are we number one at? We hold a title, heavyweight champions of the world at spending. We're number uno. We know how to spend some money. So I find that for me, see, I don't let myself off the hook and I don't make excuses for myself. And neither should you. If you want to do something, find a way to get the money, the same way you find a way to get the money for everything else. Let's stop playing with ourselves. Save $5 a day, save $10 a day, save $20 a day. And I'm not just preaching, this is something that I actually do. I know small change add up to big change. There's a book called Richest Man in Babylon, and that's the premise of it. The 10% of every income, all income that comes in. What are you saving? We don't have conversations about money. This is like the craziest shit I've ever seen. A culture that does not have conversations about money. We don't have no plans of doing anything together. We can't do nothing together. We can't live together. We can barely work together. Forget about saving together. Or forget about starting a new business together. We're ripping each other off. This one trying to outdo that one. So lack of money is another reason. And I'll take it a step further. You may not need as much as money as you think to get involved in land investing. It just depends on what your ultimate goal is. There's places that we can show you tax deed investing that we're buying land for $1,200 right now, current today. Maybe I'll do my next live on that. Young lady bought 2 acres in Pennsylvania for $1,200. All the properties up there are selling on the low $4,000 to all the way to $20,000. So if you don't have $1,200 to buy a piece of land that's considered to be real estate, I can't help you. You may need to check your Acorns account or save your quarters, save your bottles of water, do something if you don't have $1,200 to buy a piece of land. Let's just have a real conversation. If you're a grown adult, if you don't have that type of money to take advantage of something that can 3x your account, something has went wrong at some point. You haven't done something right. Or you're currently not doing something right. Let's just have a few gut checks. All this, we don't have money, but we some of the freshest people. We stay fly. But when opportunities come, we always out of position to take advantage of opportunities. Got the latest cars. Depreciating assets. And I understand both sides of the coin. I understand that, we like to look nice, but all I'm saying is look nice, but take a little bit and make sure you're putting something to the side. So when an opportunity does present itself, you're not starting from scratch. The worst thing we can do is have to keep finding new money. Anything happen, you got to find new money. Like money's just raining from the sky. You don't want to have to continuously go and find new money. Me, myself, I saved on a daily basis. I have my account is automated. A certain amount goes from my checking to my savings 7 days a week. And I don't look at it. It's on autopilot. You should probably be doing the same at any denomination. I'm not frowning at any denomination. That's $5 a day, that's $10 a day, that's 15, whatever you can do. You should be doing something if you eat every day, right? And y'all know we don't eat the best. How much your meal costs? Cut back on one of them bullshit meals that's no good for you and put that to the side. And take it a step further. If you can get somebody to do this with, it'll move that much faster. $20 a day will get you $7,300 at the end of the year. So lack of money inside of our program, once you're in, right? Once you're in, sure, you have to pay for education. Let's kill all the noise tonight. For all the naysayers that say, oh, because we get certain people that say, oh, you're charging the culture? As if I have time. I ain't gonna even go down that route. But once you get in, let's go down that route. Yeah, I'm charging the culture because you know what that does? It weeds out the bullshitters. The people that pay are the ones that end up doing the work. The people that want it for free, they don't do shit anyway. I've gave programs to people and they've done nothing with it. Why? Because I gave it to them for free. They don't value it. So yeah, I'm charging the culture because I want you to pay like you weigh. When you pay attention. When it's free, you pick it up whenever you feel like it. Once the game go off, once LeBron go off. So you're not going to waste my time because you choose to waste your time. I would like to be compensated for my time, for my knowledge. I would like to be compensated and vice versa. You should feel the same way because if anybody that's listening that has a special skill set and it's something that you can show me and I want to learn and you charge a fee, we don't haggle. We don't try to negotiate. If that's your fee, a man's price, man, my partner say it all the time. A man's price is a man's price. Either you're going to pay it or you're not. So all the free 99 people, miss me with it. We're highly money motivated in 2025. Why? Because we go super hard. I got team members that can call my line anytime and say I need help. So that's the other reason that we see lack of money, right? And last is just flat out fear. Fear of change. People are scared of change. It is a fact that is a human instinct. The mind is set up to seek comfort. So we run to comfort and we avoid things that make us uncomfortable. But uncomfortable is where you're going to find your change at. You know what comfortable is. You've been being comfortable all year. The last 5 years, you're on a schedule. You know your routine is comfortable. That's why you could predict, or I can even predict, what comfortable people is going to get over the next 6 months. They're going to get the same things they got the first 6 months. Nothing is going to change. We're too comfortable and we're scared. We're scared to step out. We're scared to try new things. What if this doesn't work? So if that's your mindset before going into it, it probably won't work for you. What if it do work? What if everything we speak about is actually true? That's how you should think. So fear, scared of change. And it sounds so to the left, but it's also right. People are scared of change. People do not want to break the norm. Get uncomfortable and fast. Like when we had the notion to walk away from the 9 to 5 jobs, do you think that was comfortable? Do you think it was? I'll be lying to say that there was no fear there, but it was something that I knew if I wanted to go to uh, newer heights, it was something that needed to be done. The job is never going to give you a solution. I've never seen that happen. Come into my office. Let me give you a solution and a blueprint to get you out of here. I just haven't seen that happen. Only person that's going to save you is you. You better throw your own self a lifeline. And it could be done. You have to just find your tribe. That's it. Find your tribe that that pushes you, that encourages you, that motivates you. It's out there. Not all is bad. It's out there. All right. It's my rant for tonight. I do see a couple of questions in there. Anybody that's looking to come into our community, this is what you get inside of our community. You get majority land investing, and you do get some mindset. We do a mindset call every Tuesday. Let me ask y'all this question. I do want to get a survey on this because this is something that I'm strongly thinking about doing. I think I'm going to open up a community. I'm not sure what I'm going to name it yet. I haven't even got that far. This is just something I had a conversation with my team about this morning. We're going to open up a community, and it's going to be for us to post our properties. Members of my community, any outside members that have properties for sale, we need our own. We need our own. I keep seeing people saying, Land Watch. Land Watch is the place to go to find land. I know Land Watch. I know the people. I know who Land Watch are. I know where they came from because we came from the same group. So I know Land Watch, right? But we need our own community where people can go shopping for land comfortably, where it's spelt out and telling them what to watch and all of that. We can do the same thing. And guess what? I'm thinking about just having those that want to be involved for $1, $1 a month. $1 a month. If you're a realtor, if you're a person that's looking to buy land, $1 a month. You come in, you look at land, have some guest speakers in there, things like that. How's that sound? Y'all talk to me through the chat. Does this sound like something that you would want to partake in or participate in? $1 a month. I mean, you can't beat $1. She said, can you walk through an actual purchase and sell front to back? Maybe tomorrow that can be our topic. Maybe we can walk through a purchase and sell front to back. Good one. Yeah, I'll do that tomorrow. We'll walk through a sell, and we'll walk through how we get rid of it, front to back, where we get rid of it. Maybe I'll curate some slides and so you can actually see it as opposed to me just verbally say it. All right. Thanks for the feedback. I got it. I think that we need that though, and we're gonna have that for $1. It should be a bunch of us in there. I don't know. I've seen other communities do it to where they have like one day they'll have like a book club in there. We can break this thing down and offer so much value just that so that we'll have a community where it's positive, where you can the base of it will clearly be about land or real estate. I don't want to just tie it down to exact land. I want it to be land and real estate. So if you sell houses, you can come in and list your houses. But we just need to be centralized. I find that so many of us, even when they buy land from us, some of them are not educated on how to buy or what questions to ask and things like that. And I don't know that. See, when I sell land, I don't know who's on the other end of the buying stick. I don't know if they look like me. I don't know if they don't look like me because we're typing on a computer. But then I get people that say, hey, what should I do? Should I check for this? How do I check for taxes? And so if If you ask, we tell. But if you don't ask, I don't go into it and say, well, hey, this is how you buy it. I don't know you don't know how to buy it. So I think this would be helpful by opening up that room and having some instruction. Stay tuned for that. We'll get that together. So good live tonight. I'll tap back in tomorrow. I like the name too, Qfessional. I like that name. Let me write that down because I want to remember that. Let's go. How to an actual purchase from front to back. That'll be our topic tomorrow. From front to back. And before I get out of here, we have 3 tiers in our program. One that we don't mention that much is our do-it-yourself program. Our do-it-yourself program will teach you how to find different auctions across the country. Different auctions, tax liens auction, land banks, tax deed auctions, different auctions. There's no monthly fee with that as well. It's a one-time fee for the do-it-yourself program. This is welcome to the Acre Boys Tax Deed Do-It-Yourself program. This is powerful, powerful information. So how do we find auctions in general online? First thing you need to know as a tax sale investor is there are different types of deeds. Buyer beware. What does that mean? You'll see it at every auction. Bad areas, target bad areas. There's a lot of money in bad areas. Liens. How do we deal with liens? What to avoid? Properties that are wet. We just don't want to fool around with properties that has wetlands on it. So that's my do-it-yourself program. It's an excellent program. Excellent, excellent. I don't know what's in your area, but we teach you how to research those areas. Like I said, we cover land banks, we cover sheriff sales. We tell you how to find these auctions inside of that do-it-yourself program. If you're interested in that, you can contact us. My site is, maybe I should start putting that up, is www.acreboysacademy.com, and you can go and research there and see some other things that we do. All right, peace, love, good night. We'll tap back in tomorrow. This was day 9. Tomorrow is day 10. Day 10. We'll tap back in tomorrow and we'll cover that topic that the young lady requested. Good night, y'all.